Hey ladies and gents, this is DeWiz coming to you with a review of the Mythic Legion's Knubnik action figure. And I've got Super Dad 2 here with me.
Hey everyone, Super Dad 2 here.
Alright, so let me read the bio of Knubnik. It says, standing out as loathsome in the vile and chaotic Goblin kingdom is no small feat, but the assassin Knubnik has made a name for himself by doing just that. A hired killer working under the direct orders of King Goblin, he has quietly altered the tides of conflict on his king's behalf, time and time again. Taking a perverse joy in each and every kill, Knubnik's twisted sense of humor is overshadowed only by his lethal effectiveness. Good bio, I think.
Yeah, impressive stuff.
He has a ton of personality. I think all of the goblins do, but him in particular.
You know, I don't really care for these type of characters. Usually your goblins, your elves, your dwarfs, I've never really cared for them.
Yeah?
As you see, though, I invested in these guys. The sculpts are amazing.
So you don't care for these characters? You just got 6 of the Goblin
I did.
Legion builders?
I did. And again, it only credits again how well the FH have done in putting these figures together. Mm-hmm. These guys look mean and menacing. Now, you know, they all come with alternate heads that are armored, so
right.
They all have helmeted heads. But I've got to say, this cat here, how do you pronounce his name?
Knubnik.
Knubnik is the bomb. I really dig him and his weapons. Now, Izzy said something earlier that I kind of agree with. This guy's supposed to be an assassin. That means he's, I guess, supposed to be quiet, but he does his business with a mace. That's some serious stuff.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I love about it, obviously, is the personality that shines through. And just the fun of having a goblin assassin who takes out someone with a mace to the head.
Yeah. There's
something like Three Stooges about that.
I mean,
that I love.
But at the same token, he is a bad A. You know,
yeah.
We'll keep it family friendly, and I won't use any harsher words.
Yeah, he's total badass.
Okay, there it is. He is a badass guy. You look at him; he looks like he could take somebody out.
Yeah, so. and he's tiny. He's smaller than the other larger figures, but definitely formidable. Look at these weapons, right? The mace. For bonking people, because he takes his perverse satisfaction from his kill, it says. And then this is a really cool weapon, which is sort of an axe.
Yeah, that axe is no joke.
Sword.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love how it just seems like sort of a makeshift type weapon with the bone, and a leather strap and this metal. And I love how the sculpted details with all the pits and all the lines and stuff make it look like it's seen quite a bit of battle action.
Yeah.
The paint is really nice on that. The wash is really nice. And I think this is one of my favorite weapons for the goblins because it's just so nasty. Right?
Yeah, it's harsh. And again, I generally go in for the big bruisers, the
right.
big warrior
like the barbarians.
Exactly.
Muscle beefcake guys.
Yeah, but these cats, these goblins really look like they can do their business. They look menacing. They look like they give you a hard time. They look like they bite, scratch, and stab all over the place.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. And this guy, I think, would also do it with panache and style. Because look at this. Look at this like little furry loincloth. Look at these spikes here on the armored collar. The helmet with the spike on it. I mean, everything about him is just like sharp, jagged edges and just a mean little critter. And including the teeth, how they spike up from the bottom.
Yeah, he's definitely badass, no doubt about it.
And I love the little detail on his helmet where he's got that big doink
Yeah, like he's taking a hit.
Yeah.
But I really like that spike on the back of it.
Yeah.
That spike on the back of it. I mean, it just looks like every part of him is just dangerous.
Right. Right. I totally agree, and I like how the it looks like it has some mud or some dirt, rubbed into his boots and like on the lower part of his armor, like he's been trudging through some nasty, dirty places.
Yeah. It's funny. Earlier today, I was going through some of the older figures from the Lord of the Ring line, and when you look at how these figures have evolved, the craftsmanship in these things versus, and again, those weren't bad figures of their
Right.
day, but these are just amazing. They don't even compare.
Yeah, it's no comparison, totally. And like you said, those weren't bad figures.
No.
But some of them just like they just pale in comparison to what we've got here. He's got another weapon here, a nasty little dagger, and that's also got some rust or some dirt.
But it's far more fitting into the description that he's an assassin. It
Right.
goes a lot better with the idea that he'd be sneaking up on somebody.
Right, quietly, like stabbing them in the back or slitting their throat or whatever. Right?
Yeah, and I even like the idea that his alternate unhelmeted head down there it's got the different expression, so it sets him apart from the other guys.
Right, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Look at that.
Yeah. That's a mean son of a gun.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
He's got the furrowed brow and the wrinkles on the forehead and just those yellow eyes gleaming out.
Yeah, no, that's a serious sculpt, and I think it's going to go a long way to adding the variety.
Right.
I hope down the line we get some sort of a bog monster or something that these guys can ride. I mean, they look good on that Star Wars, I forget what that thing is called, but they look good riding those as well. But
Yeah.
I'd like to see them on some sort of a bog beast.
Well, we have a bog goblin. So like a lizard you're talking about.
Yeah, something that kind of fits that whole amphibious bog swamp type feel.
Yeah, I also think these guys look good riding on some of the figures that the Four Horsemen worked on for the Rampage movie. Specifically the
wolves.
The wolves, yeah. The flying wolves. I think that they look great. But yeah, I love this, and I love the bald head, and if you could see like the veins popping out on the side of the head, and then just that nice little airbrushing around the eyes to really bring out the details.
Yeah, no, the coloring on them is really good. Everything from the armor.
Right.
And his armor, I mean, maybe it's just the lighting, but it looks like it's got just a bit more sheen to it.
It does, and it really makes it stand out because it's the same sort of armor. Obviously, the loincloth is different, but it's the same sort of armor for the most part that the other guys have. But then he'll have a touch of color, like here in the chainmail. Right, like a little glint of gold, and then there's a little more silver in that sort of steel.
Yeah, it's almost like a wash.
Gunmetal gray.
A bit more of a sheen to it, which helps him stand.
Yeah, a hint. And he's not all shined up or anything because obviously, he's a nasty little guy. So that wouldn't make sense for the character. But I think this is an awesome little figure and a great addition, and one of those unique characters that can stand out in your goblin horde. And I love the backstory. I like how he's like the right hand man doing King Noglin's dirty business.
Right. No, yeah, so he's a standout figure. And like I said, even though those are like army builders in the back, they still look good enough on their own. It's not just a cookie cutter figure. I mean, they really look menacing.
Yeah, totally. And then it could be like the King's Guard or something, a special forces unit. Maybe they're all related. Who knows how many come out in a litter of goblins?
Sure. Yeah, even using that alternate head. And just putting it on one of the soldiers, if you were just putting something in the background, would give it enough variety so that you'd really feel like you were looking at not just the same thing over and over again.
Right. And I think the alternate head, I that's probably what I would do with it, because I think that I just love the helmeted look on Dubnik so much that I think it completes the whole look.
Oh yeah, and I can only imagine. I haven't done it yet, but combining these with the orcs from the last wave or the last series, that
Right.
yeah, you know what I mean. It's really going to diversify those figures to make them look good. I mean, really look rich.
Yeah.
You know, because I like to pose the pictures and take. Pose the figures and take pictures of them. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. So guys, I think the goblins are some of the most powerful, popular figures in the line. I think that Cornboy had mentioned that people were really taking a shine to these. So if you like goblins, if you like cool little nasty devious little buggers like this guy, then this is a figure for you. All right.
So I did have a quick question
Sure.
for you though. So I'm not quite sure. I mean, are these figures, and probably the Four Horsemen could be able to answer it a little bit better, but are they supposed to be like a Middle Earth type situation, or is it a different mythology?
It's different. It's mythos. So it's their own world, right? But obviously, of course, whatever world you want to put them in, they fit right in seamlessly into Lord of the Rings, Masters of the Universe, play well with, even Marvel Legends or anything else in this scale.
Yeah.
Because these are just such classic, iconic looking characters.
They absolutely are.
Yeah, they fit in. They'll fit in anywhere. They'll fit in fighting Thor or, whatever.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions or comments?
Nope. Just to say that these figures are really pushing the envelope.
All right. Could put it better myself. All right. Is the Wiz signing out.
SD2 out.